Yo, welcome to Full Count. I'm Devin, he's
Tevin.
And something a little different. I know we say that every week, but this time we mean it.
Yeah, we're gonna review this episode this time.
Well, it's like a hybridized review reaction. We didn't seen it. We still got shit to say though.
Stuff happened.
So so what happened the last episode is that Damon, he defeats the Crab Man.
Yeah, right. He fought crabs and won. Like literally, he was like, no more crabs. I'm gonna have no special lotion or ointments or take no pills for them to die.
Later got the Giddy Up Yeehaw dragon, even though his family don't have dragons, right?
Oh, I thought they were like, they were out of them or something.
They're fresh out of them. They look in the back like there ain't no more dragons.
Yeah. We only have enough for the main royal family, not the inwards that live by the sea.
Even though we're descended from the main Valerian line or whatever.
Somehow.
So yeah, that happened in the befuddlement of King Viserys. Everyone progressively told him worse things. He thought he was going to get the White Heart, but it was just some random buck they found, and he just, the confused look in his face. Watch the last episode, you'll see.
He was like, "Aw," and then they had to do a buck of lesser, but still pretty, it was something, but it wasn't what the one that old Rhaenyra had seen. She had seen the actual White Heart and then also killed the war and was like, "Oh, we're gonna have."
Came back with his blood on her shirt, like fucking, like I'm her right now, and they're all just like, how could she come back covered in blood? That's not what a lady does. Like, this one's a fine lady. Oh, yeah. Anyway, that happens, and Otto Hightower's like, I'm a mustache twirling villain, right? With my broski. Sometimes me and Tevin do that. We don't have a mustache. I mean, I got a beard. He's got like the beginning of a beard, but we don't twirl him.
Yeah,
we just apply world domination. But yeah, that's what happened the last episode. Oh yeah, they also tried to throw her little brother at her as if it were like, as if he was some marriage candidate.
Well, why don't you just have your daughter marry your son? You can keep the line pure and just not be gross as fuck. He's like, what?
I hear you right.
He was like, excuse me, our brother in Christ, can you run that shit back by me again?
Yeah, right. Listen up for last week's episode. Please, if you want to know more, watch our last reaction. Actually, it was wild, but it gets worse. The beginning of the episode starts with Rhaenyra looking for a stud horse. Speaking of children being thrown at her, literal toddlers were looking for her hand in marriage.
Kid who was like, they give a kid a knife and he just like stabs like an adult. Like the kid, the other person who was Rhaenyra's suitor was like older, but he was talking that shit, and the kid was like,
you, me, and Rhaenyra was like,
get stabbed. And he was like, then she was like, get this shit out of here.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, like what even?
But political yada yada whatever. She's got to find a stud horse to make the nobles feel like they done got a contribution to the throne.
This fantasy stuff's goofy sometimes, but it makes their world run.
Yep. And then Damon comes back and he's like, I'm him now. I'm him.
Right? He was like,
and then he literally immediately, the moment he was in front of the throne, he swore fealty to his brother immediately. He was crowned the king of the narrow seas and then literally swore fealty to his brother.
Like, here you go, crown. I left it warm for you, bro.
Yeah, it's got like some of my hair in it, but you can pop it out.
All right, you should be good to go. And the Valerians are loyal because they think you sent me to like save them from literally getting their fucking
getting extra crabs,
getting a wedgie.
The crab like pull all their like collective like their undergarments.
Yeah, he was like
pulling up,
giving them wedgies and spoils before Damon showed up, and he was just like
he was hanging them on their lockers and shit.
Yeah, for real.
He like 1v20 fools. Once again, just watch our last episode. Shit goes off the deep end. And then, dude, then we transition to Rhaenyra and Damon going out on a date, dude. Ever since she turned 12, he was looking at her like,
I want some of that. He was like, I want some of that family. We'll keep it all in the family.
And I'm surprised no one fucking saw that shit coming. Like, literally, everyone's so surprised about what happened later when they go to
like a art show or some goofy.
No, what they do is they go to a fucking they see a play, they have some drinks, and they hit up the brothel, and there's just dicks and fucking vaginas and titties fucking everywhere.
Fucking around. Other ones were like, we're spying, bro. We're doing this.
It was the white worm. No, what it was the white worm's army of street urchins and orphans. They were watching. Yeah. And they saw
They were watching the bang.
They were like, and then Damon's dick watching. Just he
was like, Rhaenyra rubbed his leg centrally and he was done. He finished.
Premature ejaculate. Just he's like, and she looking like, is this it?
round 0.5, like not even round 1, 0.5, y'all.
Yeah, she was ready for something. But that leads up to the next part. She goes to see Sir Kristen just sitting there.
Yeah, he was like counting grasshoppers. He was like, man, it's been long.
He was looking at the wall like, man.
Yeah, I ain't heard any sounds.
I know she probably asleep. She good. I'm just doing my job.
But she approaches from the opposite direction of the room and was like,
and he was like, whoa.
Like, what the heck?
You know that flirty thing people do? She like grabs something from him and like puts it out and then like pulls it out. I've done it many times. It's one of my favorite movies. Anyway, she did that and he like, she lured him into the room and then it was on.
Right? No. It wasn't on. It was about 30 to 45 minutes of leather and armor being taken off, and then it was on. So I would not maintain my horny through like after like about the 13th strap or whatever, and the second part of my class coming off, my horny would have disappeared.
I'm like an old man energy. My blood pressure is bad. I would be so ready to like fucking sleep. I mean, I've been ready to fight 20 dudes that have come through that door, but I would not be ready for sex.
If I can watch the video or go, if you've seen that episode, they take a second to take their armor off. Like it's not a man, we're done and we're about to be laid up, but they still maintain their horny. Maybe it's because they're particularly young, but at the same time, what the fuck?
It's like 18, I would assume.
Yeah.
That part. So yeah, she was hot and ready, and he was probably like.
He's probably bored.
23, 22. Yeah.
And like he was bored too. Like he was watching her door, and she had left through other means.
Yeah,
or
she
whatever.
climbed out the window like a.
So he assumed that she was in there. So literally, he was looking at the walls like counting, and y'all, I work security. He was doing nothing. I guarantee you, he wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, no. So yeah, she had her lady blue balls, and that happened. And then Otto snitched to the king. So yeah, like we said, the legion of orphans and fucking street urchins told the White Worm. White Worm told Otto, and the king being befuddled. Still, it's been months since the white heart hunt, but he still was just. What are you talking? What are you? And he's like, yeah, we've been seeing your daughter with your brother. They're fucking around. Weird.
Right. It was very weird. All the kids were like, yeah, we saw him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They were doing it, and it was not great.
Yeah. They assumed they were doing it.
As we just previously said,
they didn't even get close. Like they were making out.
I mean, they did. He touched her titties.
Literally, it was like this close.
She rubbed his leg, and he was like, I have a rock.
I just arrived in my pants.
And so, and fucking Rhaenyra straight up lies to Alicent. He does that thing that some people like to do where they're like, oh, they try to put the emotional weight of it on you. Like, how could you accuse me of doing this and that? It's like,
I was doing that shit.
Yeah, that's what liars fucking do.
How are you gonna accuse me of doing the things I was doing?
He puts the emotional weight on Alicent and like
Alicent is not like apparently she gains a backbone later, but like for now she's still kind of wimpy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, and that's something we forgot to talk about. Old King was like, doing his business while she was fucking Kristen Cole, like a cut of, Rhaenyra and fucking Kristen Cole getting down, and then it showed her like getting humped by the king, and she was like thinking about the weather, thinking about like fucking.
Oh yeah, she was like, man, and the king's thought was like, yeah, I'm putting it down.
Yeah, it's me. That's me right now.
Ooh. It's great. You see, the energy was different.
Yeah, it really was different.
Go back and watch it. It won't be in a video because we want this to be on YouTube.
Yeah, and then due to all the stuff that happened, Viserys is like, look, you gotta marry Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra made that face like she was gonna argue. She remembered all that shit the night before, and then she said yes.
Yeah, she's like, all right, cool.
And then he just fires King Viserys fires both Daemon and Otto.
Rhaenyra convinced old Pops to be like, yeah, get Otto out of here. Like he's trying to manipulate you for insert political reasons. And he was like, I actually kind of believe you. We're in not so good graces right now.
He didn't know about the actual manipulation. He just went on the word of his daughter, who they denied doing stuff with her uncle, even though she totally did all that shit, except the penetration bits. And at the end, she's given something that's rhymes with schmortion and ends with no babies.
Yeah, it's like tea, except you don't have kids afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Suddenly, like, her being pure and stuff suddenly became a fucking issue. Like, bro, that kind of was weird to me. But other than that, I enjoyed this episode a lot.
Yeah, it was tight.
Yeah,
it was kind of hilarious on the behalf of Daemon.
Yeah, for real.
He had a lot of twists of events. So remember this, man. Your reward for sometimes winning is a flat PP.
Yeah, right.
That's it.
So yeah, we really enjoyed the episode, and shit, I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, me too.
I've been waiting for the time skip for the last 2 fucking episodes because we were late anyway, and the hype been already done past, but whatever. So yeah, you got anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Yeah, so like, comment, and subscribe, or like if you're a dude, your dick will just not work.
You're gonna get a good old Daemon treatment.
Chick, you're gonna have to get a schmortion drink.
Yeah.
But if you do like, comment, and subscribe, you'd be like Sir Kristen and fucking Rhaenyra in the beginning, just get it in.
Yeah, right. Except post armor like taking off, you'll already have done your your due diligence, and your clothes will be already off. Yeah, right. Oof.
But yeah, we'll see you in the next one.
Oh yeah, peace.